late July here. Chance and I are going to head in and do a little bit of velvet scouting. It's our first velvet scout of the year. This is a place that we scouted in late winter. Went back in here, walked through most of it, and found some good bedding areas kind of along the river a little bit and worked our way farther back in there. So we're going to kind of go set up over some of these fields. Hopefully there's some beans in there. It's pretty diverse for agriculture back in there. Going to set up over some of those food sources back there and just see if we can't see what deer are coming out there, getting up out of those bedding areas that we scouted this winter. Chance is going to go, it's a pretty big field, so Chance is going to go on one end. I'm going to work down the river and go on another side. So going to split up and hopefully we see some velvet bucks tonight. Looks like it's corn back there where Brody is. I got soybeans down here, so I'm going to try to sit right up here where I can see most of this field, maybe a little bit this way. So, well, there's not as much ag down here as I thought, and as there probably should be. There's whole fields full of mare's tail and velvet leaf and a bunch of other stuff that they left apparently like a fallow field for some reason. There's corn over there, pretty decent sized over there, and then we got a little strip of soybeans that I'll show you in a little bit just right back here. So that's where I'm going to go set up so I can see all the way down those soybeans in this little fence row thing. So that's where I'm going. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to sit up there and this whole bottom thing would be soybeans, but that's not the way it's going. So we'll have to make do, sit over this little thing of soybeans, see if we can't see a buck come out. I made it in. I'm a lot closer than I wanted to be because I have to sit up on the ground in order to see these soybeans, which are the only soybeans like around, only food source. I have to get right down here even and look straight down. So hopefully the deer come out over there and they kind of stay out away and don't come right through here. I'm definitely way closer than I wanted to be. So when we do our velvet scouting, we try to stay farther away, but had to get close this time just because I'm sitting on the ground. Brody's got the tree saddle, so hopefully he's up in the tree right now getting ready to watch that field over there, but I had to sit on the ground and this is the best spot I could get. So I'm gonna get everything set up, get the thermocell on because there's mosquitoes everywhere, and hopefully some deer start coming out. Well, me and Chance are both set up here. Chance is back that way, probably about 500 yards or so, sitting back here in some of these fields that you can't see. He says he's already got a couple does out there, so I'm looking at this spot down here in this corner. So there's just some natural browse down here right in this front part of this bottom here. Got some alfalfa in there, and then up here on top, as you can see, there's beans. And on the way in, I was walking through here on the edge of this soybean field and I saw a really big buck track coming out in here to these beans. Chance said he saw some big buck tracks back there, and like I said, he already has a couple does out there, so should be some deer moving out here into these fields. Hopefully we can get eyes on a buck or two. Got the tree saddle out, that's what I'm using right now. First time up in a tree in it, looking for some deer, so should be good. Just trying to kind of pinpoint where these deer are coming from. The bedding area that we scouted this winter is right back here over my shoulder. You can kind of see it here through this tree, right on the edge of this sandbar that leads up in there. Kind of see the tree right there that we picked to set up. That sandbar looked really good right there. There's a really tall reed canary grass, so I bet there's probably some beds right in there, and if not, they're moving through there. They'll probably come out here into these beans, so hopefully it's cool enough tonight. Some of them can get up from that bedding area and come out here. Like I kind of mentioned, that's what we're trying to do right now, is figure out what bedding areas these deer are coming out of. We scouted a bedding area back there on our way into this spot, so if we see them coming up out of this bottom from back over there, we know to start at that bedding area. If we see them get up from back over here and come across, we know they're right in here. So really just using this velvet scouting to gain some more information, kind of make it act as an observation sit, and see if we can't get eyes on some velvet bucks tonight. Just had a little buck come out all the way down at the end of this field. So he's just a little guy, I think, but I'm gonna try to get some footage of him now. first velvet scout of the year. Wasn't too bad. Seen some deer, seen a nice little buck, so not too bad on my end. And toss it over to Brody now. For now, just a slow night down here on my end, but we're going to be out here doing some velvet scouting over the next 4 or 5 days here, and just want to touch on our strategy like I did a little bit earlier, is to just really get out here and kind of use these velvet scouting trips as observation sits before the season starts. So obviously we don't have a bow in our hand, we don't have a tag yet, but we can still do observation sits in the off season to figure out where these deer are at and where they're coming from, especially with our season opening September 1st. If we find a buck coming out to soybean field like this, we can kind of track him back to the bedding areas that we scouted in the spring or even right now in the summer. So really our velvet scouting is just allowing us to get out here, do observation sets, get an eye on the deer, see if we can't track some back into bedding just based on where they're coming out, and just get an idea of the kind of deer that are in the area and if there's bucks in the area. So, but for now, that'll do it for this quick blog. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you don't miss anything, and like this video. Thanks for watching.